Hey everyone, so it's been a while since my last video. Now I have no excuse, now I'm just lazy. And, I'm in the middle of kind of celebrating my 1 year anniversary with American Academy. So, hi Heartburn. Heartburn says hi. So the reason I say in the middle is because May 2nd was technically my first day at AMA 1 year ago. But I don't think I signed my first contract until May 15th because I went through about 2 full weeks of training and demos and observations before I signed a contract as a teacher. So it's kind of an in-between. I was working for AMA but not really working for them yet. So that's why for me at least 2 weeks long is kind of a celebration for me. And I'm really happy that I've made it a year, that I've survived a year living overseas, and that I've survived a full year at my first post-university full-time job. So that's pretty awesome. I meant to do a video to celebrate my first full year living overseas because that to me was big. Honestly, that's bigger than working at AMA for a full year. Surviving overseas for a full year was huge to me. But that was right around when the Boston Marathon bombings happened, and I just really wasn't in the mood to make a fun video. So that's why it got delayed, and then I got lazy, and then I got busy, and yeah. So, at any rate, today, in celebration of 1 year anniversaries, I would like to do a really stupid video. And I want to talk about toilets. Maybe bathrooms in general, but especially toilets. And for anybody who's lived anywhere in Asia, this actually isn't going to be as much of a surprise. But for all my friends who have only been in America, this is for you. See, traditional toilets in Asia, they don't look like ours. I think we kind of think that the porcelain throne is the standard for all toilets, but it's definitely not. A traditional toilet in Asia is a squat toilet. Still made out of porcelain. It's just installed in a raised platform in the ground, and you stand on either side and you squat. And this is you have to stand facing a certain way because it's not symmetrical. So if you face the wrong way, actually it won't go into the toilet. It'll go all over the floor and you'll get it all over your shoes, and it's ugh. But once you get used to it, you realize it's actually more sanitary than our porcelain thrones because there's no butt toilet contact. So there's no chance of picking up whatever nasty germs someone else's butt had. And then you're like, since when is Asia more sanitary than us? So, go figure. But because they can be messy, and let's face it, they're not as comfortable. Many of the high-class areas of downtown have switched to porcelain thrones. But as you get out into the countryside, you're not going to find many options. Most of the time, public bathrooms in the countryside, they have like 3 or 4 squat toilets and then maybe 1 porcelain throne toilet. And a lot of people actually don't like them. So, go figure. And this is like the porcelain squat toilet is based on the original Asian toilets. So, back when I was a student in Vietnam and I was in the mountains of Sapa, I really had to go to the bathroom. We were in a little village, of course, that had like no plumbing. And I asked them, did they have an outhouse anywhere? And they said, yeah. Sure enough, it was a hole dug under the ground with 2 bricks on either side. So you stood on the bricks and squatted. And I was like, there you go. There's the original Asian toilet. That's the precursor to the porcelain style. Many houses in the countryside, though, they have the porcelain style, like, I don't know how to explain it. It looks so intimidating at first because girls, we're not used to having to aim. But once you get used to it, it's not too bad. It's not great for doing number 2, though. I still prefer a porcelain throne. And yes, this is kind of a TMI video, but this whole blog is about differences between Vietnam and America, and one of the big things is toilets and bathrooms. So I had to do something on it at some point. Another interesting thing, many restaurants, because they're kind of street oriented, they don't really have a public bathroom. And even some of the nicer restaurants, if you ask to use their bathroom, they'll be like, oh yeah, go up and use that one. And then as soon as you go in, you'll see like toothbrushes and shower gel, and you realize that this is somebody's personal bathroom that they're letting you use, and you feel kind of awkward. But occasionally, especially street restaurants, they don't even have a permanent establishment, so hell no, they don't have a bathroom. And then it gets tricky. Occasionally, I've been to one bathroom in Canta, which of all things, this was weird. They had a urinal in the wall, but they had no squat toilet or no hole in the ground for girls. I was like, I don't know how to use a urinal. So I had to kind of squat over the drain in the corner and pray. And it didn't go very well. So once you get past the squat toilet and past how to use it and everything, then of course you look around for toilet paper. Well, guess what? Most public bathrooms do not stock toilet paper. Yes, I said that right. If you go to a restaurant, a truck stop, anywhere, unless it's a really nice restaurant specifically trying to attract Westerners, chances of toilet paper being in there are minimal to zero. In the super nice establishments, yes, there's toilet paper, but otherwise, nope. So what you gotta do, you gotta take pocket handkerchiefs with you. You know, we have these all the time. We use them all the time in the US, but these become necessary at all times. We only think of them for when we have a cold, but this is your toilet paper. And fortunately, they're very, very cheap, and they fit in your purse very easily. They're actually a little smaller than ours are, but they are completely necessary because there's nothing. At AMA, we do an interesting thing where our restrooms have 2 stalls, and we have porcelain thrones. Thank you. But we don't have toilet paper within the stalls. We have the giant toilet paper roll right outside the stalls, and so you have to remember to take it before you go into the stall, which takes a little getting used to. I think the first few times I definitely forgot. That was really frustrating because then you're in a public bathroom, so you can't exactly like go out and get the toilet paper and go back into the stall. You have to just deal with it. All right, so you've got toilet paper, you've got your little pocket handkerchief. Yay, you toss it in the toilet and flush it, right? No. Now, this is kind of strange because toilet paper and Kleenexes and everything are pretty much made to be dissolved by the water in the toilet. But for some reason, Vietnam's sewers were not built to be able to handle the dissolved paper pulp. It clogs it. Even a little bit can clog it. Not always, but when it does, it's bad. So, every bathroom has a little trash can in the corner. And ladies, we're used to seeing this little trash can in the corner, and so we just naturally think, oh, that's for our feminine products. We don't think it's for the toilet paper, but it is. And many bathrooms will have signs saying, please do not flush the toilet paper. Please use the waste bin provided. And sometimes these signs are only in Vietnamese, but many times they are in English as well. Because this is a problem with the sewers, even the really high-end establishments that have nice, clean porcelain thrones and toilet paper in the stalls, they'll still have the sign, please don't flush the toilet paper. And they'll still have the trash can. And you can get in big trouble if you flush it and clog the pipes. Oops. So that's kind of frustrating. It doesn't mean that the cleaners at these places, they empty those trash cans like 5 or 6 times every day, because there's no way you could just leave that trash can there. But yeah, when you go to the bathroom in Vietnam, those tips to keep in mind. You might have to squat Pants are blessings. Skirts are not so much fun here. 2, carry this with you wherever you go because there is no guarantee there will be toilet paper in there. 3, remember not to flush it. Remember to throw it away, even though that's counterintuitive to us because it is called toilet paper. And that's already 10 minutes just talking about toilets. So I could go on further about bathrooms because it still is different. But I'm going to stop there. I'm going to let you ponder the differences, the cultural environment of going to the bathroom in Asia and particularly Vietnam. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.